Yeah. Is that film? Is it filming? We're live, guys, on Aisha B's channel. Sweet Jesus, 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 Jesus. Guys, I'm back. I am back. It has been a long time, but if I'm honest, I wasn't really in the place to be making videos. Like, I wasn't in the right mindset and I just wasn't myself. There was just so much going on. I just did not have the time, or if I didn't have the time, like, the motivation was not there, and it didn't make sense putting videos if I didn't actually mean it from my heart. Basically, this video is called Living in Fear. Now, you know what, so many people have asked me, like, oh, what does that mean there? It basically means that, you know, fear is your biggest enemy, and fear is one of the things that holds you back from your dreams the most. Like, have you ever been in those situations when you think, oh yeah, I want to do something, but then when you see someone else, you know, doing it, or you just feel that, you know, disbelief within yourself that, oh, I can't actually make it, I can't do what I want to do. That's what I mean by living in fear. And for me, the biggest things that I think that contribute to living in fear is social media. I think social media plays a massive part. Like, what I mean by that, like, for example, YouTube. I'm gonna give YouTube as a major example, because let's deep it. Like, every day when you go on social media, you're seeing like at least one person a day is starting a YouTube channel. And I think for me, that was one of those things when I was like, whoa, what can I bring different to someone else? But then it's like, at the end of the day, you shouldn't compare yourself to other people, because one, you're unique in your own way. Like, deep it, your life journey and your goals and what he has planned for you is different. And not only just that, but it's like, at the end of the day, okay, yes, in the terms of YouTube, okay, yes, there's other people that do YouTube, but at the end of the day, there's a space for everyone. Like, everyone's entitled to do what they want to do. Like, for example, if you want to gain that summer body, because, you know, summer's coming along, and some people, they'll be like, yeah, I'll start the gym, I'll start eating healthy. It comes to that when you actually start going to the gym. And then let's say if you go on social media and there's, I don't know, someone in your year or someone that you know that's got that body that you want, you then feel intimidated by yourself, and it's like, oh, actually, I can't do this anymore. Like, look at this person, they've got this, they've got this, they've got that. But one thing that people forget about social media is that people only show the good things that they want to show. Like, people are not going to show the struggles that they go through. So you can't compare yourself to someone else on social media, because yes, okay, they may be showing that they've got that, you know, body, they've got that unique body, or they've got the brains or whatever, or they're achieving all these goals, okay, but you don't know the struggles that they're also going through, that they've also got their imperfections as well. So then again, why are you going to compare yourself to someone that's not even 100% perfect? My point is that if you want to achieve that summer body, you go get it. Don't listen to the person next to you that's like, oh, you're too fat anyway. Oh, but really, you, like, come on, you, like, are you really able to do it? Yes. Like, make that change now. I'm saying this from personal experience as well, by the way, disclaimer. Like, I am not, whatever I'm saying, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I've mastered all these things as well. All I'm trying to do is give advice from experiences that I faced and lessons that I've learned from it. So in terms of, you know, feeling like you're not capable of doing anything, one thing that I tell myself is, at the end of the day, okay, yes, if other people are going to say their opinions, that's their opinion. The mistake that we make as human beings is that sometimes we take people's opinions and we make them facts in our own lives. Okay, so for example, if someone, you know, wants to become a lawyer, and let's say they don't currently, like, have the grades because, you know, they weren't working hard enough to their full potential, and maybe if they work to their full potential, they could receive the grades. So let's say if they start working harder, and let's say someone goes, oh, but you, like, would you really be able to be a lawyer? Like, now, there's two ways that you can respond to that. You can either be the person, yes, I can be a lawyer, and now I'm working harder to reach my goals. Or you can start thinking about that negative thought that that person said, and then you start acting it into your own life, and it's like, damn, maybe I can't be a lawyer because this person said so. Maybe my dream's a whole lie, maybe I was just too ambitious. But then when you start thinking like that, the bad thing is that it starts to portray in your actions. You may not notice it at the beginning, but then you notice it later on that these negative thoughts play a major impact on your actions. What I do with negative thoughts, I bounce them back off. Like if someone says a negative thought in my head, I'll bounce it out, because people don't realize, but one of the major things that contribute to chasing after your dreams is your mindset towards it. Now with living in fear, how it comes in that sense is that sometimes, okay, everyone has a goal in life, but if you don't actually believe, if you're not actually visualizing yourself chasing after that goal, then there's no point. My point is that you should never feel intimidated by someone else on what they're achieving on social media, because you're your own person, your journey is completely different. Don't hide away from opportunities because you're scared, because at the end of the day you never know unless you try. And the worst feeling is regret. I'm telling you, regret is the worst feeling, because regret, it's not anyone's fault except yours. That's why it's the worst feeling in the world, because it's something that you could have controlled, like not anyone else. There's no external factors that, okay, obviously there's times when there's factors that affect our current situation and are going to affect your mindset and motivation, but when you regret something, it's because of you. You stopped yourself, and that's why it's the worst feeling, because you can't even blame anyone else but yourself. Now another thing that I mean by living in fear is some people are just genuinely scared that they won't make it. Like they won't make their goals and they won't make their ambitions. And if I'm honest, that comes from self-belief. Because if you're an overconfident person, not even just overconfident, if you're a confident person, you wouldn't care about other people's opinions, or you wouldn't overthink and think the worst of yourself. Because let's be honest, most of these times that we notice all these negative things about ourselves, it's literally overthinking. This is the best example I can give. When you're getting ready in the morning and sometimes you notice, oh, I've got a spot on my head, oh, but my skin's not that clear. If I'm honest with you, your friends don't really notice these things on you. It's always like, as humans, we always notice these small negative details on ourselves, and the truth is no one else notices these things, and that's honestly coming from overthinking. In terms of reaching your goals, you have to believe in yourself and you have to visualize it, because honestly, like I said, if you don't, you're just wasting your time. You're honestly wasting your time. And the worst thing is to look back and think, I could have. Now living in fear, I'm going to call it the cycle of fear. And you know, I actually got this from a song that I was listening all day today. The song was called Cycles. So I remember I was listening to it and I was walking to uni. And you know, the lyrics were so true. It's basically saying like, the enemy, it keeps you going in a cycle. Now I thought I could relate this to living in fear, and this is why. Because, okay, let's say we start at the bottom. That's when you've gone through your lowest lows and you start to pick yourself back up. So we're going this side of the wheels. Imagine the wheels that way. We're going this side, you're picking yourself back up, you know, you're doing the things that you need to do to achieve your goals, and then you stop. The reason why you're stopping at the top and you're not progressing any further is because of that fear. The fear's holding you back. Now, because the fear's holding you back, you're not continuing the same routine that you did before to reach your goals. So because you're not continuing the routine and you're not going up, the only other direction you can go is down. So you're slipping back into those old routines that weren't getting you anywhere, that procrastination lifestyle, and then you get back to the bottom of the wheel again. When you're feeling low, you feel like you can't even do it anymore. And then again, you try to convince yourself, I can do it again, and you're trying to do it again and again and again, and then you get stopped by fear. This is why I call living in fear the cycle, the fear cycle, because it's true. Like, there's times when you feel that urge of motivation, it's like, yeah, I can do it. And then because of fear, we hold ourselves back from those dreams when really we could have been climbing up. And it's annoying and it's upsetting, because it's like, the worst thing is thinking that you could have been in a particular place in a particular time. But at the end of the day, you can't beat yourself up, because sometimes we go through these situations of fear or these life lessons, and it's to teach us, so we learn from it. So then if we ever come across the same situation again, we'll never go back and fall into the same position or even lower than we were before. But the only way that we'll go is up, because you've learned from it. Only God knows your future. Like, you don't really know what's going to happen in your life, so there's no point of living in fear in something that hasn't even happened yet. Like, love the process, even as difficult as it is. Now by that I basically mean, throughout your journey of reaching your goal, I'm going to be honest with you, you're going to hit downs, you're going to tumble. Some are going to fall deeper than others, and that can be a contributing factor as to why fear can kick in, because you think if one bad thing's happening now, therefore other bad things are happening in the future. But then you shouldn't do that. So just because one small bad thing has happened, the mindset that you should have towards it is not that, oh, one small bad thing's happened, therefore the rest is going to happen. No, you see it as, okay, stumbled hard now. Well, how can I pick up from the situation? Don't be scared during the process, because it will get easier. But obviously it depends on your mindset and whether you actually believe in yourself. Also, by not taking people's harsh criticism to heart, because obviously some people in your life are genuinely going to give you harsh criticism because they care. Some people are going to give you harsh criticism because they genuinely want to see you flop and they don't want to see success in your name. But my point is that you should be selective to the advice that you receive from people, and you shouldn't take every small thing to heart. Like, it's not like every single time you receive a compliment, that's only when you're happy, and when you receive a negative compliment, I mean, that's not a compliment, sorry. When you receive a negative opinion, you shouldn't take that to heart as well. You should just simply say, okay, bye. Start making moves. Because the biggest thing about living in fear is that it's all good having dreams, but then you need to make your dreams into a reality. And the only way you can do that is start making moves. And at the end of the day, harsh reality is no one's going to write those exams for you. No one's going to start that business for you. You are going to start it yourself, because at the end of the day, it's your life, it's your goal that you want to achieve, and make moves with the belief in yourself that you can do it. For my spiritual brothers and sisters out there, I just want to share some biblical verses which are related to living in fear. I will put them in the link below, but I'm going to start with Deuteronomy. Okay, so Deuteronomy, by the way, I'm actually not blind. I actually have decent eyesight, but I just wanted to add special effect. I'm actually struggling to see all my days. Actually, don't blind yourself. Yeah, chapter 31, verse 6. So, it says, so be strong and courageous, do not be afraid, and do not panic before them. For the Lord your God will personally go ahead of you, and he will neither fail you or abandon you. Should I repeat it? I'm going to repeat it again for the people at the back. Are you listening? Do not be afraid and do not panic before them. Why are you scared? That's the question that we need to ask ourselves. Like, why are we scared? At the end of the day, people are going to make their opinions and people are going to make their comments, because that's the world we live in. It doesn't matter how popular you are, it doesn't matter how many friends you are, there's always going to be someone out there that's going to, you know, have a negative opinion about you. That's one person's opinion out of the 7 billion people in this world, and you're taking that opinion and making it into your life for who, please? For who? At the end of the day, we're all human, and everyone's going to go through some serious trials and tribulations at some point. Like, I've had mine recently, and boy, they hit you deep, and they hit you deep to the point where there is going to be a time when it's going to impact your life and you're not going to be as motivated as you were before. But that doesn't mean that you can't pick up from those situations. There's been people in the Bible which God has appointed to do things, and they're thinking, what? Like, what is this lifestyle? They were probably scared, but then you just have to face your fears and do it. I'm going to give a class. Everybody knows this story, David and the Goliath. If you don't know the story, long story short, a guy called David, small, Goliath, massive giant. David thought he couldn't fight Goliath because of his size. He was looking at his size, but then what he didn't look at is his belief in God. My guy was scared. He was scared that, you know, Goliath is a massive guy and he's gonna beat him, but then at the end of the day, you shouldn't look at your current position, or you shouldn't look at the size. You should look at your faith and how much you believe in yourself. And if you want to achieve that goal, you go believe in yourself. Because if your belief is bigger, if you believe yourself that much, it's like, honestly, your life's going to change in front of your eyes, and that goal is going to come any minute from now. So there's Psalms 46 verse 1. Okay. God is our refuge and strength, always ready to help in times of trouble. It's pretty much self-explanatory. if you're scared about something, lean onto him about it. Don't lean onto human beings. In my opinion, don't lean onto people to help you in times where you're scared or whatever, because at the end of the day, humans, we make mistakes, and there's going to be times when someone's not going to be there for you. I'm not saying that they're not going to be there for you because they don't care about you, but everybody goes through life situations, and you know, what about if that time that you want a friend there for you, they're going through a time where, if they're struggling, I'm going to be honest, if there's going to be a time where I'm struggling and I'm literally on the verge of breaking down, as much as I'd want to help my friend, I couldn't help them because I know I'm not in the right mindset to be given advice. So lean on God, don't lean on people, never be intimidated by social media. You need to believe in yourself. And yeah, guys, life is too short to live in fear, because we're all beautiful individuals and everybody has a purpose in life. But it's about whether you're willing to find your purpose. And if you're going to live in fear, I'm going to be honest, you're never going to find that purpose. And you're going to be constantly in that vicious cycle, and Lord knows when you'll get out of it, because the more you keep on going in the cycle, the harder it's going to get, because you've been in it for so long. It's going to be harder to get out of it. Stop living in fear, beautiful people, and pursue your dreams. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, because I can't lie, I was enjoying talking. I have missed doing this for such a long time. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Can't wait to see you guys later. And yeah, like, subscribe, all that shababble, comment below, all that. I will put the Bible verses in the link below. Hope you enjoy this video, guys. Bye.